on their defense to keep the home team off the board early, and then left it up to Gio and the bullpen to complete the shutout. Today, Doug Fister looks for a feel-good performance and tries to knock another game off the Mets' lead in the East. Well, last night the pitching staff was brilliant. Today the weather is brilliant here at Citi Field in New York. The Nats have a chance, not far from the Jackie Robinson Rotunda, to make it a 3 out of 4 weekend. And also, hard to believe this a few days ago, a split-even road trip if they can win it, trying to go 5-5 on this 3-city tour. Bob and FP, great pitching last night. The bullpen fantastic. And I think Drew Storen's really getting into his stride now.
Yeah, he looked great last night. The bullpen looked great. A lot of talk about the Nats bullpen early in the season, the inexperience, the missing of Tyler Clippard. But Aaron Barrett did a great job last night. He came in and pounded the strike zone. Get this, the Nats bullpen has retired only 49 of 72 first hitters faced. Last night they retired all 6 hitters they faced. Matt Grace was great. Drew Storen came on the ninth, did his thing. In a 1-0 game in a high-pressure situation, these guys got the job done.
In fact, in his last 2 ninth-inning appearances on this road trip, Drew Storen has thrown 18 pitches, 15 strikes, got the save last night. In fact, he corrected me on the bus last night. He said, I've actually thrown 17 strikes out of those 18 pitches, but 2 of them they didn't call. So, Drew, who's counting? The point is he's pitching great, and that's going to help out the starters as well.
Yeah, pounding the strike zone, getting strike one, and we talked about the inexperience early, and it's starting to show up now in May. They're looking a lot better, like they've been there, done that, and that's big.
Coming into the series, the Nats pitching staff and the starters, not that great ERA on the road, but now they're getting it done, especially over the last 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, there's as advertised, 3-1, 2.05 ERA, 26 1/3 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts versus 5 walks, and looking for Doug Fister to join that party. He had one of his worst starts ever, gave up a career-high 10 hits last time out against the Braves, but he likes pitching against the Mets. 4-0 record. You see the ERA, the strikeouts and walks. He's trying to get the ball down. He hasn't got it down yet this year. He says it's a mechanical thing. He's pitching to Jose Lobaton today. Look for a good tempo once again. Dylan G coming off a great start. Another pitcher's duel here at Citi Field.
Yeah, a couple of guys who like to work fast and get after it. And as the Nats try to make it a 3 out of 4 weekend at the home of a first-place team, our fans are thinking about that as well. They're following the Nats on the road, so I'll let them tell you how bad they want this weekend series. by PNC Bank for the Achiever in you, and by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. It's a gorgeous day. Nats fans everywhere. There's a Strasburg jersey. And let's talk about center field, because when Denard Span can't answer the bell FP like the last few days, Michael Taylor's been great.
Yeah, you talk about Nats fans everywhere. Michael Taylor's been everywhere in this series. The big hit last night for the Nats' only run, the infield single. He's played tremendous center field. But the stat I like most about Michael Taylor, he's hitting .417 with runners in scoring position this year. 5 for 12, 7 RBI, and there's last night's only run, and it was off the bat of Michael Taylor. So he's been doing a good job. He'll give way to Denard Span today, who's back in there. But Michael Taylor's got the job done. Now we get to watch Denard run today.
Welcome back, Denard. A .500 batting average his last 3 games. The extra base hits, a couple of home runs in Atlanta, driving him in and scoring. And he's been on base in all but 1 game he's played this year. So Span back in the leadoff spot. Yeah, showing some power on this road trip. Denard hitting .302, and here come the Nats trying to make it 3 out of 4 in New York City.
Let's go, Nats. Come on, Bryce.
Take
Come
the series
on,
today.
Harper. Let's get the series.
Let's go, Nats.
Those are not actors, ladies and gentlemen, not actor portrayals. Those are real Nat fans, and they just won't leave us alone. They are psyched about this weekend in New York. It is beautiful today. Maybe the nicest day Gotham City has seen in a while. 72 degrees. Bit of a breeze blowing out toward left. Great day for baseball, and when I saw Denard this morning, right after you did, he said, I'm looking forward to playing on a nice warm day. That'll be good for me. And the Nats know that Jose Lobaton has been good for them. 4 for 17 in 5 games, had a huge home run in Atlanta that really got the Nats on track to come back and win that 13-12 game. Span back in there. Ian Desmond up to number 6 with Ramos sitting out today. So the Nats looking to take on Darryl Jeet. This will be his 17th start against Washington.
Dylan Jeet fastball 88, slider 81, curveball 74, changeup 82. Get this. He received a no decision against the Mets, against the Marlins last time out. It was a Mets 3-1 victory. Threw 70 pitches in 7 2/3 innings. 57 of those pitches were strikes. So he threw 13 balls total in 7 2/3 his last start.
Wow.
I was told that the top of the 9th inning started. They were at 1 hour and 35 minutes. The game went 1 hour and 58 minutes. So the Marlins were a little bit aggressive with G, putting a lot of balls into play early in the count. I think for the Nationals today, he's a guy you wait out, you have to elevate, make him throw a ball over the middle of the plate, and that's where you do damage. He's had success against the Nats. There's the defense for the Mets today. Tejada at shortstop again, Herrera at second, and Kevin Plawecki back behind the plate.
Rookie catcher with Dylan G. 29-year-old right-hander from Cleburne, Texas. And here's Denard Span. 0 for 2 with a walk in the series so far. Taylor has filled in well, and that's upstairs. We're underway right on time at 1:10. Mets are 16-9. The Nats 11-14, but they've won 4 of their last 5. 1-1. Bruce Dreckman has the plate today. Tom Hallion, the crew chief, is at first base. Alfonso Marquez, Dan Bellino on the bases. So we've seen all 4 of this crew behind the plate. Off-speed pitch floating outside, 2-1. Dylan G, 2 starts this season when he hasn't even given up a walk, and he had 3 all of last year. And Denard looking good on a 90 fastball upstairs. Continuing his pattern of seeing lots of pitches. In the first game of this series, he saw 15 in his first 2 at-bats. And he's going to draw a leadoff walk.
How about that? Dylan G didn't walk a guy last time out. 3 strikeouts, no walks. Leadoff guy here gets aboard, and he's already thrown 4 balls. He threw 13 his whole last start.
Nice job on the reverse jinx, by the way.
Nice. Well, it's been Cy G against the Nats throughout history.
Here's Escobar. They have shut him down the last 3 games here after he had 3 hits on Thursday night. 0 for 8 since. And Span had to scramble to get back. Escobar loves to go the other way, and Span's presence at first, creating a big hole on the right side. He's trying to bunt for a hit, pulls it well foul. Strike 1.
Pretty good percentage, 142 career steals. I don't think he's ready to run yet, not on a consistent basis.
Yeah, he said when he swiped one last week, he just felt like it was the right time to do it. But he did say, going along with you, it's going to be a feel thing for him. Slow roller, right side. Span stops, so they can't tag him. And then Tejada double pump, couldn't get it out of his glove. So again, the Mets should have turned to double play, and they don't.
Well, it's a nice job of stopping by Denard Span. You don't want to run into that tag and make it an easy double play, and maybe that messed up the middle infielder's timing right here. But this is a double play that has to be turned. You watch the double pump right here by Tejada. Didn't have the baseball re-gripped, and it was too late. The Mets have had their difficulties on defense in this series.
Yeah, their shortstop, their other guy, Wilmer Flores, getting a couple of what they're calling mental days off to relax and rewind and reset.
I need one of those.
Well, you got one coming up Thursday,
all
but
right.
4 more games between now and then.
10-day road trip.
Here's Jason Worth. 297 career against Dylan G. Hits one left side. It backs up Murphy. Couple of long throws needed. And so Worth beats it out. And Herrera almost airmailed that one over near the Mets dugout. So 5-4 on that fielder's choice. And all this gets Bryce Harper to the plate in the first inning.
Yeah, once Daniel Murphy has to retreat on this ball, the double plays off. That's one that Dilson Herrera, the longer he plays in this league, will realize you just eat that one. You see the ball chopping to third base, the mental clock in your head, you know it's not a double play. As a second baseman, you just come across, stretch, get the force out, get the next guy. He almost threw that into the dugout.
So Bryce, a possible pick to click today. 7 career hits, 2 home runs against Dylan G.
Are you calling it?
Well, I was asked by a member of our crew this morning who was my pick to click today. So I took Bryce before I saw those numbers, and he might have convinced me even more now. So yes. That was a long Washington answer to a simple question, wasn't it?
I just asked you, yes, if you're picking him.
And I'm not running for anything. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cliff notes.
Bryce in this series 2 for 10, 3 batted in, 3 walks. He's 5th in the league in runs with 18 and a 1-1 count. G's given up 3 home runs. Upstairs with 85, and Bryce couldn't get it.
This was by design, climbing the ladder, but that's a dangerous place to pitch Bryce Harper, up and in.
2 outs, 2 strikes. They're making noise here at Citi Field. Way inside to Bryce. Good take on a heater.
That's the cut fastball. You got 2-seam fastball run away from lefties. He'll cut it back in like that one right there. And the 4-seamer usually is elevated above the letters.
Worth at first, 2 outs. Quick bat on a pitch inside.
Day game stirrups for Bryce. Sanitary's underneath.
And by the way, in day games, Bryce 4 home runs in 36 at bats. 1 in 47 at bats under the lights. So he sees it well. Sees it well. 3-2.
Hasn't seen a 3-2 fastball in this whole series. He's been 3-2 a number of times, and they've all thrown him something soft. And you'd think after a fastball in that Dylan G would throw something soft right here in a full count. Let's check it out.
Worth on the move. Harper out of play, left side.
Changeup. I would love to know the percentage of fastballs in 3-2 counts throughout baseball this year. I guarantee it's below 50.
Agreed. And the National League used to be known for that.
Change up again.
Harper bangs it to center. One hopper right at Juan Lagares. And a great at bat by Bryce Harper gets this to Ryan Zimmerman, top of the first.
So back-to-back changeups on 3-2. Bryce Harper makes the adjustment. This one elevated by Dylan G. Bullet back up the middle, and even though Jason Worth was going on the pitch, he had to hold it second, and there goes the no-hitter.
Brings in Ryan Zimmerman, who has 8 career hits against G. And Ryan's had a good series. Another base hit last night. 19 in a row extends Bryce Harper's career high on base streak. Ball boring in on Ryan, got the zone. Zimmerman in the top 10 of the league in doubles and in extra base hits. He's had 15 hits in his last 12 games. And then the breaking ball's in there.
This is where I've seen Dylan G in the past get too passive. When he gets to 2 strikes, he really starts to pick. Next thing you know, it's 3-2, and he's really got to make a pitch. Let's see if he's more aggressive this year than he has been in the past. Way ahead.
Zimmerman broken bat, and that's going to fall in right field. Worth around to score. Harper to third, and Ryan Zimmerman will drop one in for his 16th RBI.
Bat died a hero. And it looked like it was a little slider down and away right off the end. Little extendo swing from Zimmerman. Bat breaks right in half. And Lucas Duda had no idea where that ball was once he turned his back. Jason Worth with 2 outs scores easily. And with 2 outs, the line is moving. High fives in the dugout, 1-0 Nats.
Well, Zimmerman's bats come alive. Desmond's did last night. He had a couple of hits.
I was going to pick this guy today, but well, I am going to pick this guy.
Okay. I hope we're both right. Yeah. And he'll bounce it out to the second baseman, Dilson Herrera. The Mets failed to turn a double play ball early in the inning. and it'll cost Dylan G a run and a lot of pitches. The league in RBIs, and the Nats have an early lead. Daniel Murphy featured in the Mets lineup today since the 23rd of April, so 10 days ago. 12 RBIs. Got 3 of them on that ball that sailed over Jason Worth's head the other night. Nats have held him in check, though, pretty well in the series with 3 base hits. Here's Doug Fister. He's dominated the Mets in his career.
Look for more off-speed from Doug Fister today. You see the percentage of fastball this season, 81. Last year, he threw the fastball 63% of the time. So he's really been relying on the two-seamer. It's been up. And he said it's a mechanical thing. You can't get the ball down. He's been working on it. But last year, he threw the curveball 8% of the time. He threw the slider 15% of the time. And the changeup 13%. Really hasn't thrown enough off speed for me this year, and maybe you'll see some more here today.
Yeah, because he's not going to overpower guys with his fastball. It's all about spotting it, changing speeds, eye levels. That'll move Granderson back on 0-2. Curtis Granderson 4 for 15 career against Fister with a home run. In this series, Curtis is 2 for 8. Rips it to right. Bryce Harper on a hop. And the Mets are off to a good start.
So the defense for the Nats in game 4 of this 4-game set. Worth, Span, Harper, the outfield. Desmond Escobar left side. Espinosa, Zimmerman right side. Jose Lobaton behind the plate. Guy with the cups on his ears has a helmet on his head today. Like watching him catch.
Yeah. I told him last night you were caught on camera. He said, I knew. I think he heard about it from a lot of people.
It's part of the plan.
Lagares bunting for a hit. Escobar, bare hand, good play, but he pulls Zimmerman off the bag, and the Mets have 2 on, nobody out. Juan Lagares 6 for 13 in this series, and he's in the top 6 in the league now with 32 hits.
Yeah, nicely placed right here. Good effort by Yunel Escobar. You know, I asked Doug Fister between starts if there was anything wrong, if he was feeling healthy, and he said, yeah, the fastball's been 83, 84 so far. I think that one was 85.
Lucas Duda, 4 hits, a walk in this series. 3 hits, a walk career against Fister.
And a lot of times, Carp, when you're thinking so much mechanically and you're really trying to get the ball down and you're thinking about your mechanics, it takes away from that free and easy and your velocity.
And that ball hit the center. We'll see if Granderson challenges Span. He will not. And that's a big out for the Nationals. Unproductive out on the off the bat of their best hitter. 1 out. Kadair next.
I liken it to a golfer that really starts thinking about his swing too much. You lose that free and easy kind of whip in your swing. You get all mechanical, a little bit stiff, and now, you know, your drive is a lot shorter than it would be if you're not thinking and just swinging the club. Same thing with pitchers, even hitters. If you're thinking about your mechanics too much, it kind of locks you up, and you don't get that ball out in front, that sink, that whip, all that stuff.
Yeah, and some of the athletic ability and instincts that got you to the big leagues, you kind of offset some of that.
And he's a thinking man's pitcher, too. He's out there grinding. He's thinking about what pitch, all that stuff. So that was a good sinker right there.
So you saw Kadyr's numbers against Doug Fister, who slips one by him on the inner edge. Kadyr 2 for 10 this series. The homer that beat Max Scherzer Friday night. Couple of walks. Got him 87, outer half for strike 2. Inside the numbers with STG. 19 starts since 11, 12 of 16 decisions. That's opponents on base percentage, 275, real low.
When you've had as much success as the Nats have had against the Mets, you could put the Bat Boys stats up there. They're going to be good.
Kadyr 3 ground ball double plays this year. A little flare right center. Bryce Harper cruising in for it, 2 down. So a couple of soft fly balls after those hits
on off-speed pitches.
It'll be up to Daniel Murphy. Batting an uncharacteristic .213.
You know, over last year in the course of history for Doug Fister, that front hip sinker to lefties has been his bread and butter. It really hasn't been there on a consistent basis yet this year.
Fades that one away, and that will go foul.
Remember last year, all the hitters holding their left-handed hitters holding their arms up, that sinker running back. And he said he's really been working hard to get that sinker in on lefties. It just hasn't really been there. Hasn't had that feel.
That's some swing back fastball action right there.
There it is.
0-2. Mercedes will track it.
Started off the plate. Watch Murphy's arms. He thinks it's in. Comes back on cue. Nice pitch.
Yeah, he's checked with Bruce Dreckman after each of the first 2 pitches here. 1 away, 1 in. Fister goes upstairs, and Murphy way ahead of the 86. Crowd here today. Looks like between 30 and 35,000 watching their first place Mets. Fister back to work, and Murphy, a guy who can really extend it at bat. Another one out of play.
But he's a swinger with 2 strikes. We saw it last night. He gets into swing mode and he can't stop. You don't have to throw him anything close in these situations because he's trying to protect, and he's in protect mode, and he's going to swing.
Whoa.
Couldn't swing at that.
Thoughts of diving over the plate. That moved him back.
I like that pitch, 0-2. That's a great pitch. It serves a purpose. You can go back in there with the front hipper after that, or you can go slider in his back knee. Maybe the outer half's open. It opens up a lot of different quadrants.
Murphy 7 strikeouts and 82 official at bats. And Fister tried to go front hip with the run back, and he missed 2-2.
Close inside, didn't have enough run back to get the call. Two on, 2 out in a 1-0 game. Time given, Lobaton to the mound. What do you want to throw? I'm not going to give a sign. See if they go no sign.
Doug Fister, a fifth infielder when he's out there.
Here we go.
Ball 3.
I like that Jose Lobaton's aware, and once you put the sign down as a catcher, you're looking straight past your pitcher at the base runner. If you see the base runner doing something different with his legs or relaying, you change the sign.
Busted bat. Danny Espinosa scoops it up, and Doug Fister uses, as FP said, the off speed to get 3 straight outs after the hits.
Bryce Harper with a bullet to center field. That was on a 3-2 changeup from Dylan G. How hard was that? 106, 106 miles an hour. That'll get you in trouble in Virginia. And this one, off the bat of Ryan Zimmerman, 55 miles an hour. So 106 and a 55. 1-0 Nats.
Each pitcher with 20 offerings in the first inning. Fister 14 strikes and G 13. Ryan Zimmerman, I mean, that is a line drive in tomorrow's box score. Espinosa, Lobaton, and Fister here. Top second. Danny, couple of hits last night, 2 for 8 in the series. But going back to Atlanta, he's still 9 for 19 in his last 5 games. 3 hits, 3 career walks against Dylan G. Goes up swinging to his right, Duda, and effectively to the pitcher for the first out.
Well, remember Jose Lobaton's last start against the Braves, 4-knock night. The opposite field home run, that big come from behind 9-1. What was it, 9-1 the second inning, 10-2 in the third? They came back and won it. His knock, his home run, a big part of that.
He hit 299 after the All-Star break last year. 4 hits, 17 at bats, playing in his 6th game. And 1 for 5 career against Dylan G. First at bat in this series. .80 on the changeup, foul tipped. And the big curve drops on the outside edge. Jose says, okay, give my guy that one.
Well, I like the way he handled this. I don't think this came back for a strike. And he could have argued it. Knows he wants that call as a catcher. He also knows he's got 3 more at-bats.
Marlins have an early run. They lead the Phillies at home 1-0. Second inning. Miami has won 4 straight. They're trying to get over 500 today. They're 3.5 back of the Mets. The Nationals are 5 back, with Atlanta in between. Doug Fister 1 for 6. Couple of sacrifices on the year. Pops it up left side. Long run for Murphy. It's going to hit in the Nats dugout. Dylan G, 40-35 career, 108th start. Fister broken bat, right side Herrera. So against the bottom of the order, a quick top of the second for Dylan G. That was a 7-pitch inning for him.
Meaningful one for a couple reasons. First of all, if the Nationals win today, they would end this road trip 5-5 despite losing the first games on this road trip. It would also allow them to trim their division deficit behind the Mets to just 4 games. This after they trailed the Mets by 8 games less than a week ago. Jason Worth said yesterday, I hate to say that a game on May 3rd is a big game, but it kind of is. And Randy Nord told me today, in any division series, you got to let the team on the other side know we're better than you. He said the Mets won the series at our place earlier this season. We'd like to win the series here. This would be a big motivational boost for this team, guys, to end the road trip even 500 record. And they'd like to prove to the Mets we can hang with you.
Yeah, Marlins coming in for 3, then the Braves for 3. So there sit the Nats, 5 back.
Miami 9-1 in their last 10. They're on fire.
Yeah. Of course, they swept the Nationals last weekend. Zimmerman, Strasburg, and Scherzer against David Phelps, Matt Latos, and Tom Kohler in the upcoming Miami series.
Did Ard lose his glove again? Did it break? All right, here we go.
Second time in this series he's been late for work during the game.
Well, I'm hearing rumors that his locker's being filled up with warnings from the league about him stepping out of the batter's box and being too slow.
So he couldn't find his glove under the paperwork? Bottom of the second, Kevin Plawecki, the rookie catcher. 8 hits, 33 at-bats in his first 9 big league games. This guy's a good stick. Hitting over 290 in 3+ years in the minor leagues. Power. That one goes the other way, and Zimmerman catches the foul ball.
See Doug Fister getting over there to first. Full sprint. Carl Lewis. You think he's ready to play today? Watch Doug Fister get over on this ball. Not shocking.
Yeah, he had designs on catching that before it got to the bag. He's amazing how he covers ground. 0-2, jam pitch coming.
Good
nice catch. Milwaukee, 24 years of age, from Carmel, Indiana, went to Purdue. Two for 7 with an RBI in the series. He's on a short 3-game hitting streak, 4 for 11. Tejada, Herrera to follow. Here in the second. That's right in there. Not sure what he was looking for. 85, letter high. Doug Fister, first strikeout.
Maybe he gave up on it. You see where Lobitone's set up. He wanted it down and away. Kind of started on the black on the outside half, ran right back down the middle for strike 3.
Next up is Ruben Tejada, who had himself quite a game at shortstop last night. Wilmer Flores made errors in each of the first 2 games of the series. So Tejada giving Flores a couple of days worth of breathers. Mets have an off day tomorrow, another one on Thursday around a series with the Orioles.
Well, you called it a mental day, and it must be because Flores is 4 for 9 with a home run off Doug Fister, and he had the day off, or has the day off.
Two and 0. Tejada, .254 career hitter in his 6th year with the Mets, but he's only 25.
If I got shut out the night before and I had a guy that was 4 for 9 with a home run off the pitcher the next day, he's in there no matter what. Sorry.
Yeah.
You were playing today. Mets have an off day tomorrow too, so he's going to get 3 days off.
2-1 pitch. Tejada pops it up right side. Zimmerman, Lobitone, catcher's over there, and Jose on the trot takes it for the second out. 5 in a row for Fister.
If you haven't heard, Monday, May 4th, Nats take on the Marlins. That's tomorrow, 7:05. First 25,000 fans receive a Livan Hernandez bobblehead presented by PNC Bank. Commemorates the first pitch on April 4, 2005. First bobblehead in a gray uniform. So be at the yard tomorrow. Get your Livan Hernandez bobblehead, and we'll be there, and so will he. Although he's going to make everybody at home yawn right now.
Well, he stayed up and watched the fight last night.
And that's why he's yawning.
Yeah, he yawned more during the fight. Yeah. In there for a strike to Dilson Herrera.
Brutal.
I was dreaming of the fight while it was going on.
You didn't miss anything.
1-1. Deep short, Desmond backhand. Fires it across. Zimmerman digs it.
Nice play.
That's good because the pitcher has to lead off in the 3rd. Not for the Nats, though. It's Denard Span. 1-0 on the Zimmerman RBI.
1-0 Nats as we move to the top of the third inning. Beautiful day for a ball game here at Citi Field. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one on this beautiful Sunday, look forward to Miller time later in today's game. That is brought to you by Miller Lite.
Denard Span, top of the third, walked to lead off the game. The Mets turned a couple of fielder's choice ground balls. One of them should have been a double play. They didn't do it. Harper, Zimmerman with base hits to put Washington on top thereafter. Span has been on base now 10 of the 11 games in which he's played. Looks at the curveball that drops way down inside. Dylan G, 2 innings, 27 pitches, 20 strikes.
That's a good take.
On a changeup. Yeah, Denard seeing the ball like it's June.
He was just told to get back in the box, too.
I know, that was a take.
Did you see that?
Hey, make him go fast. He'll just keep taking pitches off the zone. 3-1. Dylan G. Ooh, he gets that call. Had only walked 3 batters in 25 innings coming in.
Close. Might have been outside. Denard thought it was. So did pitch track.
Curious call by a pitcher who's been not exactly throwing bullseyes so far. And Span will have to go for that one. Hits it to left for Michael Kadire. For the Achiever and You, PNC Bank, with our minor league report. And Tony Gwynn Jr. was a candidate to make the ball club out of spring training. Homer drove in 3, a walk-off single against Columbus yesterday for Syracuse. And that's why we thought he might make the team. Look at those spring numbers. He can run. He's a good defender, has a good arm. And Tony Jr. has been around for a while. And if he doesn't help the Nats this year, he might help somebody else. Good ball player.
Yeah, we like what we saw. Good ball player, better person.
He is fantastic. Yeah, that apple didn't fall far from the tree. Escobar in the series, 3 for 14, 0 for his last 9. And that got him, says Bruce Dreckman, a glancing blow off of Escobar, arm or hand.
You could challenge these. And Terry Collins on the top step. He's looking back at the telephone. Whoever the telephone guy is. I think it's Bob Guerin, their bench coach. And the Expo never lies. What do you got? Ooh.
Oh, it's bat.
I think it hit his bat.
Yeah, and if they look at that, he's going to come back to home plate.
I don't think I know. Escobar tried to sell it. Oh, they're just... Yeah, they're going to challenge it. Here we go. He knows.
Terry Collins Ball Club not hitting a whole lot these days, but they've been pretty good on challenges.
You know, this is such a hard situation for Yunel Escobar at first, but he knows it is bad. I just walk back and put my arm guard on and stay in the box right now. Save everybody some time.
Crowd just saw the replay.
He's putting his shin guard back on at first. I think that tells the whole story.
Foul ball. A strike.
And to the umpires' credit, and the guys in the booth in New York, that was quick.
Oh, now we have a challenge scoreboard. How about that?
I like that. Where is that?
Out in left field.
All right. So a green light means you have a challenge?
Well, they've won all 3 of their challenges here. On plays at second base the previous 2. Won the would-be stolen base by Harper Friday night, and then last night when the Nationals thought they had the bases loaded, nobody out, but Ian Desmond was called out in the 6th inning. Good take. That ball had some serious break on it. 2-2.
They were all big calls too.
Yeah, Harper was the tying run of that game Friday night at the time. Escobar takes one low. 3-2.
Looks it right into the glove, shakes his head. No, that was low. His at-bats are like a one-man reality show. They really are. They're fun to watch.
Nats fans, the only watch that lets you check all the MLB scores and stats is the new Apple Watch, and you can win one. Like WUSA 9 on Facebook right now and enter WUSA 9 with us today. And that's a snappy breaking ball for strikeout number 2. Next up, Jason Worth. Worth reached on the second fielder's choice first time when his bouncing ball backed up Daniel Murphy, and their 2 long throws to turn the double play just couldn't happen quick enough. Harper kept the inning alive with a clean single up the middle, and then Zimmerman's bloop down the line put the Nats on top. Dylan G really working away from the hitters for the most part, showing them a pitch or 2 inside here and there.
Well, he shows you pitches that appear to be strikes and they end up balls. That's why I think you have to be patient with him. And it's so easy to say up here. He's a guy that's going to tease the strike zone, tease you as a hitter. Your eyes light up. That looks like it's good to hit. Then you go to swing and it's not in the zone. Guys like that make a living out of you getting yourself out.
Up and in, 4-pitch walk, and Harper will bat again. Second walk by Dylan G. Bryce Harper really ripped one in the center. A 1-hopper to Lagares for his first base hit today. So Bryce in the series 3 for 11, 3 RBIs, 3 walks.
106-mile-an-hour line drive.
That's a fair ball. Busted bat, and a diving Lucas Duda touches the bag. Nats are done in the 3rd. They've stranded 3 base runners.
Fister in a little bit of a jam. First two guys reached, base hit bunt. Lucas Duda on the flyout and the off-speed pitch. Then Michael Kadire on the flyout and the off-speed pitch. And a battle with Daniel Murphy ends with another off-speed pitch for a ground ball to second base. Doug Fister doing a nice job of utilizing all of his pitches early in this one.
Yeah, then he goes strikeout, pop-up, foul, ground out in the second, 6 in a row. And he faces Dylan G, who's 0 for 6, a 106 career hitter. Severe jamage.
I mean, the most.
Yeah, when you break your bat and make it out, that's as bad as it gets. Top of the order, Granderson, Lagares, the next two. Curtis Granderson rocked one into right to start the ball game off for the Mets. That's the only really hard hit ball they've had. And off speed for a strike to get ahead. At the knees with 86. In on his hands. Ian Desmond using the bare hand for some shade. Puts it away. 2 down.
I mean, that was beautiful right there. We were talking the outset. 81% fastball for Doug Fister this year. He just went first pitch changeup to Granderson for a strike. Then he went fastball at 86 down in his zone for a strike. And then he went to the slider right there for the pop-up to short. So 3 pitches. 2 of them soft, mixing it up nice. Jose Lobaton doing a nice job back there with his fingers.
Guess what you call that, an arsenal out. Saw just about everything Doug has. Here's Lagares. He bunted for a hit first time, and that's in there to get ahead. This will be out of play right side. Braves got 3 runs early. They're playing Cincinnati today at home, leading 3-0. Inside the numbers, STG. First 4 games, Nats outscored by 17 runs in Miami and Atlanta. And they've come storming back. It would be nice to come home on a 6-game stand, having won 5 of your last 6. Upstairs, 3-2. They want to walk this guy with Duda coming up.
It wasn't a pretty 0-4 either.
No.
Turned it around. It all started with a bloop double to left field by Ernstman.
Dot, dot, dot. Got him on the hands, but it's out of play. Juan Lagares has had a good series. 6 for 13. The league leader in hits is D. Gordon with 44. Carpenter has 34. A couple of guys with 33. Kemp, Gonzalez, Pagan, and Lagares has 32. Beautiful day at Citi Field in Flushing, New York, borough of Queens. Big crowd on hand. The Nats trying to make it a 3 out of 4 weekend against the first place Mets. He's swinging at everything.
They're tying guys up. Even though he's throwing 86 to 88 with the fastball, it's starting to heat up. He's getting loose, and he's getting that good run on it. There's been a lot of uncomfortable swings, a lot of jam jobs here early.
It's another hit for Lagares. 7th of the series, 33rd of the year in 26 games. Lucas Duda next.
That was a nice piece of hit and pulled his hands in. I think Doug Fister wanted that a hair more inside.
Duda, fly ball to center. probably the key out of the game so far for Doug Fister. There were 2 on, nobody out in the first, and he hit a routine fly ball to Denard Span. Not deep enough to advance the runners. Strike 1. Fastball in there.
See if he tries to front hip him here with that sinker. Start it right at him.
Duda into right, but Danny Espinosa's out there. Some of the fans just realized it. They were out of their seats, and it was a one-hopper on the shift to Mr. Espinosa. If you've been out of the country all weekend, you're now up to date. Middle innings are here. 1-0 Nationals. Today's RBI from Ryan Zimmerman. 5 for 13 with 3 batted in during this series. That one cutting away from him at 80 from Dylan G. 47 pitches, 30 strikes. '89 with run back action, 1-2. Dylan G 8-4 career against the Nationals. 3.69 in 16 starts. He hung one. Zimmerman high in the air to left. Kadire tracking it, and he's got it. He caught it right at the orange line atop the 358 mark.
That looked strange at the end. Did that ball short hop into his glove off the fence? It's a long ways away, and I might be totally wrong. But what an effort if he did catch this. I know there's a little movement in the Nats dugout. And he did. Wow. What a play by Michael Kadire. You see that? That's what I saw, the ball kind of out of his glove there.
Now Desmond rams one to deep left center. He's not going to catch that one. And one hops the wall to the right of the 370 mark. And Ian Desmond has his third hit in his last 5 at-bats. Kadire, a big play to keep the Nats off the board prior to a Desmond ringing double.
Yeah, that one had a little better sound than Ryan Zimmerman's. I think Ryan got his right off the sweet spot. It allowed Kadire to go back and rob him. That one was a bullet off the bat of the Nats shortstop.
There's Danny Espinosa Tejada playing behind Desmond, close to second base. Nationals' first hit since the first inning. That one tails outside. Kadire doesn't catch that ball. It probably would have hit the top of the wall and gone out. Danny spits on that one, 2-0. Pulled the ball first time, ground ball to Duda. And Espinosa goes to left. That's in front of Michael Kadire. Easy play, 2 down.
Watch where this ball hits Michael Kadire. I think it hits him in the heel of the glove and almost part of his bare hand. And that's the part that everybody saw in the Nats dugout. That's the part that I saw. It kind of rolls into his glove after it hits him. Watch where it hits him. Almost in his bare hand, and then it kind of goes up in his glove, and he snatches it when he closes his glove. So you saw a lot of white showing. You're wondering if it might have ricocheted off the fence. But a great, great play by the Mets left fielder, unless you're Ryan Zimmerman.
They're going to walk Jose Lobaton and take on Doug Fister. All of you can boo at home. It's fine. Third walk of the day by Dylan G. Doug Fister broke his bat on a ground ball his first time. Celebrate the season with the American Standard All-Star Sales Event. Visit MidAtlanticComfort.com for amazing rebate financing opportunities. The Houston Astros are 17-7, the second best record in baseball. 9 in a row. And how about the lead they have forged in the AL West? Kyle Kendrick finding out that being a Colorado Rocky pitcher is not a whole lot of fun. Doug Fister has 2 career RBIs. Right in there.
He's been swinging it pretty good this year.
Pretty good rip on a 90 tailing away. And the count 0-2 here in the top of the 4th inning. 1-3-0 Nats, 0-3-0 Mets. Struck him out. The Nats inches away from a leadoff homer. Kadire took Zimmerman's blast away, and it's still a 1-0 game. How about May 3rd of 2006? Major League Baseball sold the Nationals to Ted Lerner and his family's group for $450 million. Major League Baseball had owned it in its last days in Montreal, and then the first year in D.C., and then they went out and got some shovels real quickly because everybody with the hard hats on broke ground the next day. There's Ted, there's Charlie Brotman, Brian Schneider, Marlon Anderson were there, and Theodore Ted Lerner doffing his cap, big league style, to the folks gathered on that special day.
Baseball bat shovels. Awesome.
Way inside. Bottom of the fourth, it's Michael Kadire. I'll tell you, we've had some good starting pitching in this series. Thursday night a little lopsided, favoring the Nats, and that was fine. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, good pitching, tight ball games. Harvey barely besting Scherzer. Gio dominant last night. Fister G locked up today. Kadire fly ball to right, first time up.
I think Max Scherzer pitched better than Matt Harvey the other night.
And I had a couple people with the Mets agree with you on that.
Absolutely.
When I talked to them yesterday.
When Matt Harvey was good, Max Scherzer was better. He gave up the home run to the guy in the batter's box right now, but that's it.
Kadire went down and got a good pitch, as you said.
He did. Good hitters beat good pitches every once in a while.
Nice. 87, just dropping right under Kadire's bat. And for Doug Fister, second strikeout today.
And he's keeping the ball close to everybody, really. Right-handed, left-handed, not letting them get extended, mixing it up. Very nice. And he goes with a two-seamer in for strike three on Michael Kadire. Can't get there.
He's a tall man, Doug Fister. Comes at you. Lots of arms and legs. Zimmerman's going to retreat to the bag and receive the throw from Danny Espinosa. Fister over there if needed. 2 outs.
I thought the hardest part for Ryan Zimmerman as a former third baseman would be to decide when to go for a ball to his right. And right there he took a jab step for it. And then I like what he did at the end. He scrambled back and he put his hand up telling Doug Fister, I got this. So he took the jab step because his instincts as a former third baseman are to go for everything.
Yeah.
But you have to realize you have your second baseman back there. Good communication with Espinosa. Good communication with Doug Fister. I like what I saw right there all the way around.
That ball hit out to short sharply for Ian Desmond. Plenty of time to set himself a bullet. And Doug Fister has retired 12 of the last 13 Mets, leading 1-0. Ryan Zimmerman, first inning, base hit. So a bloop is the difference. Let's have a look at our Mazda top of the fifth do-ups and what they've done this series. Denard, yeah, he's 0 for 3, but he's walked a couple of times. Janelle Escobar, 3 hits Thursday night. Jason Worth, 3 for 14. And he's driven in a run. If anybody gets on, Bryce Harper. Through 4, Dylan G, 61 pitches. 37 strikes, and here's Span, who's had a couple of extended ABs. Curveball in there. 5th inning underway. That's a fair ball. Inside the bag. Over there quickly is Kadire. Span digging for 2. And safe. Alfonso Marquez right there with the call. And Denard got that double out of the batter's box.
Well, Michael Kadire hustled over there and made it close. Good piece of hitting by Denard Span. And you heard the roar of the crowd. You knew it was going to be close at second base. One hot bullet in the foot of Span just beats the tag of Dilson Herrera. Helmet off. Denard Span on base 2 times today. That's his first knock.
Here's Escobar, a master at moving runners. Today he's pulled it once and struck out. Target in, as you would expect. And due for a hit here, 0 for 10. Since Thursday night against these Mets. Target in there again. That's upstairs, 2-0. Up the middle. That'll at least move the runner. And it gets through. And Denard Span will be held by Bob Henley as Juan Lagares really came charging in hard from center. 1st and 3rd, nobody out.
What a great piece of hitting by Yunel Escobar. You know the guy's going to throw you sinkers in on your hands. You're trying to move the ball to the right side so you can move the runner. The inside out swing gets it up the middle. I don't think Denard Span thought that this ball got through. He really didn't come hard to Bob Henley anticipating that the ball got into the outfield. He thought that Ruben Tejada fielded that baseball, so he pulled up. Henley had to hold him. Now he got 1st and 3rd, nobody out.
Worth 0 for 1, fielder's choice grounder and a base on balls. Waving at the 81 away, strike 1. Well, the wind patterns must have changed. We have jets roaring overhead now. Citi Field gets a little noisier and a little more congested on the bases here. Worth jammed and fouls it. Wow, Jason perfect. 6 RBIs on the year. Target in again. Takes it right in there. 1 out. Mercedes-Benz will track the first out.
Yeah, he just crowded him with the last 2. The 2nd pitch, 3rd pitch. 2-seam fastballs on the inner half. Worth was thinking up the middle the other way. Couldn't pull the trigger. And now they're discussing, how do we pitch this guy?
Yeah, and I'm sure the Mets have in mind right-handed batter on deck who's not running full speed right now in Ryan Zimmerman.
Well, they jammed him last time up with a fastball in. If you're Bryce Harper, you got to be thinking about that pitch in. Even though you don't want to get pull mode in this situation, you want to take a big part of the ballpark right back at him. I wouldn't be surprised if they go in there again. Dangerous place to go, but if you get it in, it might work.
Harper 1 for 2. Way in there. Hit a ball that hugged the chalk line all the way down to the bag last time. Lucas Duda made a diving stop to retire him. Bryce has driven in 3 runs in this series.
Get your pitch.
Way out there, ball 3.
Looking for the green light. See, this is where Ryan Zimmerman is going to be everything to Bryce Harper this year. If he's swinging the bat well, they're going to have to pitch to Bryce, and he's starting to swing the bat well, which means Harper's going to get more pitches to hit.
3-0, and he pops it up. 2 outs. Now it'll be up to Ryan for another 2-out hit.
Well, we're going to show you the pitch sequence. Dylan G v. Bryce Harper. First pitch fastball in. He cut that one at 87. Then he goes with the 2-seamer away. Then another 2-seamer away. That was probably a changeup. And then the 3-0 pitch has got to be the one you dream about at night. It was up, it was in, and Bryce kind of forced the issue right there and didn't get his pitch.
Zimmerman has singled in a run, almost homered, robbed by Kadire last time. On the outside edge. Third base Span, first base Escobar. They were there with nobody out. Did he hold? No, strike 2.
Yeah, I don't think Ryan objected to this at all. I think he knew he went. And this could be a big time momentum changer if Dylan G gets out of this for the Mets.
Strikeout, pop-up strikeout against Worth, Harper, and Zimmerman, and it stays a 1-0 game.
The Kentucky Derby. Yeah, the Mayweather-Pacquiao.
Playoff hockey.
Playoff hockey, playoff basketball. But in my mind, Gio Gonzalez stole the show. 7 shutout innings, struck out 9 Mets. 111 pitches, 74 of those for strikes. And in a 1-0 game, he was spectacular. Got 3 sacrifice bunts down. Fielded his position as good as I've ever seen him. Gio Gonzalez was as good as it gets last night here at Citi Field. Loves pitching here.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Ruben Tejada for the Mets, who find themselves still down by 1. Look at this. Pedro Martinez over at Shea back in '96. The last guy in our franchise to lay down 3 sacrifice bunts in a game. So Gio shares something with a new Hall of Famer.
Might have bunted me over on a few of those.
Well, when you got blinding speed on the bases, why not? Tejada gets jammed and hooks it foul. That was a Nats fan who caught that.
Nice.
Pfister, 56 pitches, 41 strikes through 4. And boy, did he slow down his bat with that one. Here comes Bryce, and Harper's got it. And for Pfister, that's 13 of the last 14 Met hitters.
Join us at Nats Park Tuesday, May 5th. As the Nats play the Marlins, it's a 7:05 start. In the second 10-year Tuesday of the season, it'll feature video highlights from all 10 years. The first 10,000 fans will receive a collectible 10-year anniversary bottle stopper. For tickets, go to nationals.com.
Nice catch out there. Here's Dilson Herrera, the second baseman. Right to the outside edge with 80. Another one to Ian Desmond. This more routine than the first. And he fires to Zimmerman. 2 down. The only watch that lets you check all the Major League Baseball scores and stats is the Apple Watch. You can win one right now. Like WUSA 9 on Facebook. And good to have our friends from WUSA 9 with us today for a beautiful Sunday afternoon of baseball from Citi Field. They've got the usual all-star lineup of CBS programming coming tonight. Over but low to Dylan G. He bounced out to Desmond first time. At the knees, 1-1. Hard hit, base hit. Dylan G, first hit of the year. He's 1 for 8.
Good effort by Yanel Escobar. Good swing by Dylan G. Escobar likes to play shallow. He said he feels more comfortable playing shallow at third base. Might take a little range away.
Granderson takes a first pitch change up in there. He has singled to right, popped up to short. Way foul.
Pfister's mixed it up nice today, and sometimes when you look at the percentages of fastball to off speed, it'll count the slider that's, you know, in the mid 80s, like his fastball. I believe he's thrown a little more off speed than what you're seeing on the right. I would say it's about 50-50, especially the last 2-3 innings.
Lobaton blocks. Phillies have tied the Marlins. They're 1-1 in the 5th down in Miami. Braves 4, Reds nothing. Third inning in Atlanta. Mets trying to get back even with the Nats here. Way out ahead, Granderson. Fister just teasing him to the outside edge there. I don't know. You might rather face this guy than the right-hander was on deck the way Lagares is going. Doug's not going to give in to anybody. Nothing but fastball changeups to the lefties. 3-2. The runner Dylan G on the move here. Throws him a strike and it's hooked foul. Three-2 off speed. Another one that's hooking.
I haven't seen too many curveballs from Fister today.
Well, he's making his pitcher run around a lot here. At least Granderson is with foul balls.
Nice job with the fastball changeup slider combination. And Dylan G's getting some kind of workout in. Sucking gas right now. Might have an effect. You never know.
That's at least 3 sprints. Got him. There's a curveball to a left-hander. First one all day. Doug Fister, third K, picks a good time for number 3. The Nats with Desmond leading off still by a run. Is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Ian Desmond's bat has come alive. Hits in 3 of his last 5 times up. Single last night and a double today. Nice to see him get things going. And Ian's been so good on defense for the last couple of weeks now.
Well, that was the whole ball game right there. In a 1-0 game, it was the first inning. Ian Desmond with the relay throw. Then he was wearing an 0 for 29. He broke that up with a base hit. Ryan Zimmerman with the greeting in the dugout. Everybody happy for their shortstop. He even got a back rub from Doug Fister.
Yeah, that was a Virginia wahoo that Ryan just laid on Desmond, the kid from Florida. So we're going to the top of the 6th inning. A couple of the ball clubs that like the daytime since the start of last year. Mets 38-22 under the sun. The Nats 36 and 28. Washington box hits from 5 different hitters. Lobaton and Span have both walked and aren't on base 2 more times today. Zimmerman within inches of being 2 for 3 with a RBI single and a home run. Desmond, Espinosa, Lobaton top 6. Both G and Pfister have thrown 76 pitches. Desmond up there ripping. Marlins just picked up a run. They're back ahead of the Phillies. Inside and up. Look out. Then he paints on the outside edge. Tried the same pitch.
See, this is what he does. He gets you 0-2, then he tries to make the perfect pitch. Next thing you know, it's 3-2.
Ian Desmond works a leadoff walk, and that's not an easy man to walk. For Dylan G, his 3rd non-intentional walk of the day.
Join us on Friday, May 8th. The Nats take on the Braves. 7:05 start. Celebrate U.S. Navy Day. That's delivered by UPS. Navy Jazz Band, the Commodore, is going to perform at Centerfield Plaza. The Navy Silent Drill Team is going to take the field right before the ball game. Visit Nationals.com to purchase your tickets today.
Ryan's convinced it's going to be a good time. Thank you, sir. Espinosa next, 0 for 2. Nats have had 3 leadoff men aboard today. Span in the first with a walk. The Span double last inning, and now Ian Desmond.
G pretty quick to the plate. Ian Desmond 0 for 1. And stolen bases this year. The Nats have 3 stolen bases all season long. 3.
By far the fewest in baseball.
And I think there's a lot of reasons for that. All pretty obvious. Denard Span not healthy. Missing a lot of time. Jason Worth, a guy that can steal a base. He's just starting to get right. Ian Desmond with the slump, of course. You can't steal if you're not on. So there's a lot of reasons why. It's not because they've been less than aggressive. I just think they just haven't been right. They haven't been healthy.
Anthony Rendon stole 17 bases last year.
Yep. I think they were in the 80 percentile of success rate last year.
And that stole 101, 6th most in the league. Two and 1 to Danny Espinosa. 2 for 10 in this series. Good take, ball 3.
See if Matt Williams decides to start Ian Desmond here.
Yeah, with nobody out in the 6th inning, Dylan G is approaching 90 pitches. He's at 86. Espinosa hits it pretty well the other way. Kadire going back, and he can't get it. Glances off his glove, hits the wall, and it'll be 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. 2-base hit for Danny Espinosa.
I mean, this whole inning started with an 0-2 count to Ian Desmond, and then Dylan G started picking, walked Desmond, then he falls behind 3-1 to Danny Espinosa. And watch Michael Kadire. He never really had a beat on this ball. He didn't turn his body all the way around. I don't know if the sun was a factor, but you could kind of tell that he didn't know where that baseball was going to end up. He took his eye off it. Then when he looked back, the ball wasn't where he thought. So second and third, nobody out on a nice at-bat by Danny Espinosa. But when you get somebody 0-2 to lead off an inning, you got to put them away, or at least try. Nothing was even close.
Espinosa's fourth double. He has 6 extra base hits. Left-hander Alex Torres getting ready. Right now it's Lobaton and a right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter matchup. Pfister next. The Mets are playing the infield in here. They know if they get Lobaton, they have a chance to get out of the inning. So it's up to Jose to get the Nats lead at least doubled here. He has struck out looking and been walked intentionally. Strike one. Outside, 1-1.
Got to seal these deals and drive the run in with nobody out. You know, last inning you had nobody out, similar situation. Once that first guy doesn't get it done, the second guy presses and the third guy really has none chance.
Lobaton very late there for 85, and his right hand came off the bat.
And especially with Doug Pfister on deck, this is where Jose Lobaton is trying to put the ball in play up the middle. Just choke up, play some pepper right here in a 2-strike count.
Easy take on a curveball that kind of came flipping out of his hand. Lobaton, 4 RBIs. Easy take, 2-2. Three and 2, pardon me. And then he levels up and fouls it straight back. Good take, bases loaded.
Yeah, once again ahead in the count, way ahead in the count. Nibble, 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 ball 4. And I think Terry Collins has seen enough.
94 pitches, 54 strikes. Walk, double, walk here in the 6th inning. Doug Pfister coming up. And a variety of things the Nats can do offensively with the pitcher batting, bases loaded.
over talking to the skipper, Matt Williams. Maybe formulating a game plan. What you can't see is Rick Shue in the background kind of shouting at what Alex Torres has. The left-hander on for the Mets. 12th appearance, ERA at 3.52, 10 strikeouts versus 4 walks.
Didn't have a great outing here Friday. Ugla got a base hit against him, and then Tyler Moore almost left the yard on the ball that was caught at the left center field wall. So he'll face Pfister, and then he's got lefty-lefty with Span next.
If you're thinking pinch hitter right here, no shot. Doug Pfister is doing his thing on the mound. With nobody out, if you're thinking bunt, possibly with Ian Desmond and good wheels on third base. But I think you let your pitcher hack right here. Maybe take a strike.
Desmond walked to lead off the inning. Went to third on the Espinosa double. And then Jose Lobaton way behind in the count. Coaxed a walk. Doug Pfister, 2 career RBIs. Goes hacking upstairs.
The reason I said maybe take a strike when you get a pitcher to come into this situation, bases loaded, nobody out. Well, that's a big situation to come into a ball game and have to throw strikes.
He misses, low and away. So really he's thrown 2 balls to start this AB. Pfister takes a pretty good hack. Pfister did a nice job of waiting on that breaking ball.
He did, and I'm surprised he threw it. Maybe the fact that he was on the fastball before, but it was kind of a roller. Now that gives you a chance as a hitter to catch it out front. Late on the fastball, he sped him up with the off speed. Probably go back to the heater here.
Bases loaded. Nobody out in a 1-0 game. And the 1-2 pitch.
Went with the changeup, so he's seen it all. Fastball, slider, change from Alex Torres. And if you know, like Doug Pfister, like we do, he wants this RBI bad.
Did he hold? Ball 2.
They didn't even check.
Yeah.
Grinding.
Pfister with a fastball, 93, 1 out. Took his rips, and now it's up to Denard Span. Marlins are coming for 3 starting tomorrow night. Day game on Wednesday. Jordan Zimmerman, David Phelps, Monday. Steven Strasburg, Matt Latos, who's 0-3 Tuesday. Max Scherzer, Tom Kohler on Wednesday, and then a day off. The Braves are in next weekend. Denard Span facing Alex Torres for the first time. Walk, fly ball to left, double to left. 1 for 2. Good breaking ball in there.
Matt Williams looking for that big hit.
Desmond, Espinosa, Lobaton, third, second, and first.
Now Torres very deliberate. Man, he's a guy that'll throw changeups to lefties, left on left. First pitch, or second pitch right there, changeup to Denard Span underneath his back.
Just up and away.
So his fastball average is 91, and Alex Torres goes reach back piece right here at 94, just misses up and away.
You weren't with us the other night. He's wearing that protective cap. That's an option for pitchers. And a 1-2 to Span. Span on the curveball down low, couldn't get it. Or was it the changeup? 2 outs nonetheless.
Might have been a curveball that just backed up. Just kind of spun in there, Span out front. Trying to put the ball in play. Torres with back-to-back strikeouts out of the Mets pen. And is Terry Collins going to let him pitch to Yunel Escobar? I think he is. Nobody up in the bullpen.
Ian Desmond comes down the line to make sure the Mets called time there from third. Yunel Escobar based it up the middle last time to set up that first and third, nobody out in the fifth. Way outside.
Well, you just kind of see him pressing a little bit. First and third, nobody out last inning. Didn't get the job done. Now, bases loaded, nobody out in the sixth. Fister gave it a good fight. Denard Span couldn't get it done. Now Yunel Escobar trying to get that big 2-out knock.
Late for 92.
That's a pretty good run to it. And now everybody here at Citi Field on their feet. It's been a weird bases loaded, nobody out. Almost like the Mets fans are holding their breath waiting for something bad to happen. And now with 2 strikes and 2 outs, they're all cheering. They're on their feet. Never seen it more quiet here in that situation.
The Nationals have stranded 10 base runners in 6 innings. of Alexandria. So Ryan Zimmerman's blooped the difference in the ball game today. Ian Desmond has checked in with his 8th double of the year, and he now has 3 hits in these last 2 games. Doug Fister, brilliant. 76 pitches, 56 strikes through 5 innings, giving up only 4 hits. Control impeccable. 3 strikeouts when needed, including the big one on Granderson last inning. And his teammates, meanwhile, have stranded 10 base runners, but Doug's still ahead in this game. Here's Lagares, Duda, and Kadire, bottom of the 6th. This has been the thorn in the side today. Juan Lagares bunt base hit, single up the middle, and he's batting .327. That was a one-handed lunge at a breaking ball low and away. Threw him center cut there on 0-2. Mets box, as mentioned, Lagares, half of their offense. Granderson first inning. And then Dylan G now out of the game with their other base hit. And that was a big looping curveball. Had him reaching. A flare to right, and Bryce Harper right there. Well, the Nats, maybe last year or 2, took the all-time lead in the series. It goes back to 05. Unbelievable dominance here. 26 out of 32 since the start of the 2012 season. Jeep takes us inside some. What are these guys doing in our house? Numbers.
That's Park North. There's been a few series here where we've had to actually coax the guys to get on the bus after the game. They wanted to stay.
And a ball hit out to right center. Harper on the track. He was playing Duda way off the line. Great scouting and execution by the Nats. 2 outs.
He's playing him deep, too. The respect for Lucas Duda right there. In a 1-run game in the 6th inning, you generally don't play no doubles. Meaning, you play deep or nothing can be hit over your head to the 7th, 8th, or 9th. But in a 1-run game, Bryce Harper started deep, and that could have been a tough play if he was playing normal depth.
Next up, Michael Kadire. 0 for 1 with a fly ball to Harper and a swinging strikeout. Fister gets him on the hands in a pop-up. Ian Desmond makes the early call. And for Doug Fister, 18 of the last 20 Mets retired.
7th inning. Come out to Nats Park Saturday, May 9th as the Nats celebrate the 10th anniversary day featuring inaugural Nationals manager Frank Robinson. Game kicks off at 4:05, so 4:05 start against the Braves. Game 2 of that 3-game set. Visit nationals.com to purchase your tickets today.
Can't wait to see Frank. Always a pleasure to spend time with a great Hall of Famer who was unbelievable in both leagues with the Reds and the Orioles. What a career. Worth, Harper, Zimmerman, top 7. Against the lefty Alex Torres, who struck out everybody in sight to take care of that Nats rally. Fastball misses to Jason. 0 for 2, ground ball, strikeout, and a base on balls today. One and one. Phillies picked up a couple of runs. 7th inning at Miami. Phil's 3, Marlins 2.
And really just moving the fastball around. 1 in, 1 out, mix in a changeup. I think that first strike to Doug Fister was key for Torres last inning. You come in with the bases loaded, maybe you're a little bit tight, you get strike 1, then he struck out Fister, confidence grew, struck out Span, confidence grew, crowd got behind him, and struck out Yunel Escobar.
Hansel Robles. And Worth. Ooh. Right near the outside corner. Bruce Dreckman has been an away-friendly outside corner umpire today.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, look at that.
There's nothing in the strike zone this whole sequence. It's a 3-2 count.
Had to be swinging at that. Worth rips it on 1 hop. Daniel Murphy, 1 out. Check in with Dan.
All right, Bob, here is your random note of the day. Prior to yesterday, the Nationals had not won a game on the road when they scored just 1 run since May 15th of 2008. They had lost their previous 61 road games when scoring just 1 run. Yesterday, they win 1-0. Today, they're up 1-0. They might have back-to-back 1-0 wins, although they'd like to push a couple more runs across for Doug Fister today.
Well, that's good stuff. Yeah, tough to win on the road like that. Got the pitching staff to get that done. Numerous opportunities to make this a 2-3, 4-0 game today. Bryce Harper trying to bunt for a hit with 1 out.
Yeah, Murphy was in. He was trying to bring that with him, kind of toward Dilson Herrera at second.
Bryce 1 for 3 today. 84 just diving under his bat. That's picked up this lefty right at the end of spring training, March 30th from the Padres, for a minor league pitcher, Corey Mazzoni, and a player to be named later.
Whenever I used to see a fastball like that over my head, you can't get off the fastball with 2 strikes, but it would make me think he's coming soft here. I mean, he's gonna throw maybe the changeup. They just showed me that fastball. See if they double up on the heat or if they go with the slider in the dirt.
The latter way out there.
when you just see a guy launch a fastball, the only purpose that pitch serves is to tell me what's coming next. It does no good if you throw it that high. It means you really didn't want to throw it. You're just showing it to me, and you're going back to something else.
To the right side for Dilson Herrera.
All right, we promised you earlier in the game this. It's Miller time. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. We're going to go back to Ryan Zimmerman in the 4th inning, leading off the 4th. Hits a deep drive to left. Michael Kadire back to the wall and robs Ryan Zimmerman of a home run over the orange line. If it hits that fence, it would have been a tater. Michael Kadire says, not on my watch. Dylan G says, thank you very much.
Fastball, he rams it to center. Juan Lagares right there. Ryan Zimmerman's hit the ball well. 2 of his 3 times today. The softest one was an RBI. Time for the Hyundai 7th inning stretch in New York. Doug Fister, only 84 pitches, about to go back to work. Nationals Park. 6-game homestand, Marlins, Braves, and it'll be Jordan Zimmerman coming off a really nice last start. He's 2-2 with a 4.88 ERA, and he's 7-3 against the Fish. Struck out Michael Morse right there. David Phelps goes for the Marlins. He's 1-0 with a 3.38 ERA. Johnny and Reyes were back home with Nats Extra 6:30 tomorrow night. Mr. and Ms. Met. 7th inning stretch here.
I'm really not sure about that right there. Just not sure at all. You could go see Mr. and Mrs. Met at the Fitz. They're going to be there May 5th through the 11th. Highlights include Anthony Rendon t-shirt. I'm supposed to read a promo after that. I mean, I'm still buckled by seeing Mrs. Met. It's Ms. Met?
I don't know. I didn't see a ring.
Well, I don't see any Metlets running around. So maybe they aren't married yet. Thank God for that.
Look at those eyes. Who wouldn't fall for that?
Heard she's having an affair with a softball. There's the Mr. Met puppets.
We thought about getting you one of those, but no. Still might be one waiting for you on the plane.
He's beloved around here. I'm sorry, it's the whole afraid of clown things.
Big crowd, beautiful day at Citi Field in New York. Murphy, Lewicki, and Tejada for New York. Doug Fister's been ready for a while.
Well, we said at the outset, Did he need to mix it up a little more today? He was throwing lots of fastballs, more than he ever has in his career early in the season. And he's done a nice job of keeping the Mets off balance, throwing the soft early, then speeding them up in late. We've seen a lot of balls off handles today, and that tells me that, you know, his stuff is good, and he's got him off balance. In, out, up, down, all of his pitches. Vintage Doug Fister so far in this one.
Daniel Murphy's rolled over a couple of ground balls to Danny Espinosa. That's 83 in the zone, elevated, strike one. That's 85 pitches, 64 strikes. He just drops one down low over the plate.
They don't know what's coming, and they can't think or haven't thought with Doug Fister today. As a hitter, you're up there and it's an educated guess. Every single pitch, even with 2 strikes. You're not just rolling the dice, spinning the wheel, saying, I'm going to sit on a fastball right here. You have a reason why you look for a pitch, every single pitch. And right now it seems like they've been off balance all day.
Murphy jammed and a fly ball into right. Bryce Harper didn't see it right away. Then he spotted it. He got some help from Espinosa. Saw Ryan Zimmerman pointing up as well. A rather tense, but first out in the 7th.
So he threw the changeup before this, and then he goes fastball into Murphy, jams him. And then Bryce Harper got a late jump, has makeup speed, nice recovery. Everybody's screaming, but he makes the play.
Tanner Roark in the Nats bullpen. Plawecki, Tejada the next 2 right-handed hitters. So this is the 5th time in 5 starts Doug Fister's gone at least 6 against the Mets while giving up 2 runs or fewer. In this case today, nothing to this point. Plawecki 0 for 2. Strikeout, ground ball to short. Hits one to left. Hits it pretty well. Worth can only watch it as it hits the wall. He's going to get it into second base in a hurry. And it's a sliding double for the rookie catcher, Kevin Plawecki.
Well, you're just hoping this ball stayed in the yard. One of the only mistakes Doug Fister's made today. It was elevated. Plawecki was ready for it. And you're wondering if Jason Worth was going to throw him out at second base. So a double for the Mets catcher. Decision time for Matt Williams. I don't know that he's signaled to the bullpen yet. Yes, he has. He's going with the right hand. That's going to do it for Doug Fister today. And what an outing it was for Doug Fister.
That's only the 2nd hit he's given up since the 3rd inning. Only the 5th all day. So Fister done as the tying runs at second base. 1 out. Kevin Plawecki. Toyota case for kids. Doug Fister had 3 today, so 37 times 3. To the children's in at the National Institutes of Health. Every time a Nats pitcher strikes out an opposing batter, thanks to our Washington area Toyota dealers. So for Tanner Roark, 8th appearance, 12 innings, 15 hits, 5 runs.
At fastball 92, slider 84, curveball 75, changeup 82. And had the Nats picked up a couple of runs in those situations, that would have given Matt Williams a little wiggle room to keep Doug Fister out there. But in the 1-0 game, he figures he needs to go to his bullpen.
Slider in there. Ruben Tejada, 1 for 9 career against Tanner Roark. Herrera next, and then the pitcher spot, bottom 7. That one started out a strike, it ended up out of the zone. Great pitch.
I think Matt Thornton's getting loose for Neuenhuis in that 9 spot. Or in the event that he steps out of the on-deck circle. That's the only reason I could think he's up.
That would make sense because a couple of guys they have on the bench today are riding offers. Campbell 0 for 9. Flores getting a day off. Mayberry 0 for his last 12. So you would think they'd go with a left-handed pinch hitter.
And then you have Granderson after that. But first things first.
Yep. Two and a fastball that sails upstairs. Three-two. Got him with a fastball. Up and in. 94 from Tanner Roark.
Well, it was supposed to be a two-seamer off the plate, kind of a backdoor sinker to run back. Watch where Lobaton sets up late. The fastball just takes off on Tanner Roark, and Ruben Tejada in swing mode at 3-2 chases what would have been ball 4. Look at the late run on that. Up and in. Can't get to it. Big out for the Nats and Tanner Roark.
Dilson Herrera 0 for 2 today, 1 for 9 in the series. And facing Roark for the first time. Into right. Bryce Harper drifting back, stops, has it. So the Nats, to this point, haven't paid the price for 10 runners stranded. And Doug Fister still in line for a possible W.
1-0 games are stressful, man.
Where would you rather be?
welcome.
Let them pull your face.
Nice job by Tanner Roark. Good time for his first strikeout of the year to Ruben Tejada. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Attention fans, Masson wants to upgrade your fan cave. Show us how you're backing the Nats while the team is on the road by tagging your tweets using hashtag NatsCouchCam to be automatically entered to win autographed memorabilia. Follow at Masson Nationals on Twitter for more information.
On the heels of a great job by Tanner Roark, Eric Goodell for the Mets. Saw him in the 6th inning here Thursday night. And that's right on the corner to Ian Desmond.
8th appearance. ERA good. They get 190 against the fastball curveball split combination. Fastball average is 93.
Desmond rips one to left. That ball hooking, and it's over the reach of Michael Kadire. Ian Desmond's got to hurry. He's in there, and Desmond on base 3 times in a row, 2 doubles, a walk. He is back. Now we know for sure after 2 hits last night.
My pick today, 1-0 me, Carp. Couple of doubles, a walk. And this bullet
has a hit, you know.
And this bullet over the head of Michael Kadire.
But your guy has 2.
And you got to get him to third, and then you got to get him home. And that's been rough today for the Nats. We'll see if they can get her done right here.
Everybody try to channel some situational hitting here.
Change seats.
Danny Espinosa doubled over the head of Kadire last time. The Nats have stranded 7 runners in the last 4 innings. And that was really 3 innings because they went 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. So those Honda do-ups we showed you for the top of the 8th inning paying off so far.
It's a good time to, a lot of guys in this situation try that base hit bunt to third base. And if you miss with it, it turns out to be a sacrifice. If you lay it down perfect, it's first and third, nobody out.
Espinosa swinging and hits one foul at about a 90-degree angle to the right. 1-1 to Danny. 1 for 3 in the series, 3 for 11, and he's 10 for his last 22 on this trip. Phillies have added a couple more runs. They lead 5-2 at Miami, 8th inning. Braves still ahead of Cincinnati at home, 6th inning, 5-0. Anything other than 1-0 would sound great for Washington here.
Contacts problems.
Can't pull that pitch. 2-1. Off speed away. Espinosa pops it up left side. Jose Lobaton, then the pitcher's spot. You would think Clint Robinson, the Nats' only lefty, would be next.
Situational hitting, always important at the major league level, but when you have a staff like the Nats, it becomes even more important. And it's something that they stressed in spring training. They weren't great at last year, and so far this season, it's been on and off.
Lobaton 0 for 1. Pair of walks today, 1 intentional.
And the reason it's so important, Carp, is when you have that staff, you know, 2 runs and 3 runs to the opponent seems like you're up 10-0.
Right.
You know, so when you get every guy over and you get every guy in, which is impossible, but you should do it more times than not at this level. Now a 2-0 game or a 3-0 game, the other team just says, well, you know, it's Scherzer on the mound, or it's Gio on the mound, or it's Fister on. 3-0 to an opponent with a staff like that looks like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-0. That's why all those little things are so important when you have one of the better staffs in baseball.
One and two battle here for Jose Lobaton. He got that breaking ball and manages to get it out of play. Nothing Friday, Mets. 1-0 Saturday, Nats. 1-0 8th inning today. 1-0 Nats. It's been quite a series after that decisive Game 1 win. Lobaton takes it low and away. Got him looking. Nationals a bunch of strikeouts looking with runners on base today. And again, Bruce Dreckman very generous out there.
Jose Lobaton's had a couple looking today on balls that weren't strikes on pitch track. First time up against Gio was a curveball that didn't come back. That time that fastball looked like it was outside.
So here's Clint Robinson, who's 1 for 2 in the series. He and Tyler Moore had pinch hits the other night, and Terry Collins comes popping out of his dugout. His other left-hander is Sean Gilmartin. And that would probably mean Tyler Moore would hit for Robinson. I think everybody would be okay for that. No slide on Clint, but Tyler's been swinging pretty well. Wheels turning, top of the 8th. On Masson, brought to you by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com. Enter promo code Dugout for free entry. Feeling groovy, 59th Street Bridge. Manhattan, the look from Queens. And here we go. Desmond still at second base. Rookie left-hander Sean Gilmartin, and Tyler Moore sees him for the first time. Going to walk him and pitch to Span.
Pitch out 65. Fastball usually 88, slider 78, curveball 70. Throws a lot of changeups too.
So it'll be lefty-lefty Denard Span. So the Nats will burn 2 players right here, Robinson and Moore. But they still have Michael Taylor, Dan Uggla in that loaded dugout.
Span versus lefties this year. If you're wondering why Terry Collins is walking Tyler Moore, 1 for 10. So a guy that we've seen handle lefties, that tells me he's due.
Well, and sometimes there's a debate on bringing in a pitcher and then having him throw 4 straight pitches that are not anywhere near the batter's box.
But you had to
because of the move, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if Gil Martin can find the zone against Denard Span, who's 1 for 3. Walk, double. Denard's been on base 3 times in the 2 games he's played in this series. He wasn't waiting around. Tried to pull that breaking ball, rolls it over. The Nationals now have stranded a dozen as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Pitcher spot for the Mets, and then the top of the order against Matt's bullpen.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Matt Thornton on for the Nats. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, celebrating 13 years. Watch every out-of-market game live or on demand in true HD on over 400 mobile and connected devices. Blackout and other restrictions do apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Matt Thornton appeared here in the ball game on Friday night. Struck out Granderson, gave up hits to Lagares and Duda, and then was pulled for Blake Trinan. So he will go lefty-righty here on John Mayberry Jr., who pinch hits in the #9 spot. And then lefty-lefty against Granderson, and then Lagares, a right-handed hitter.
A fastball 94, slider 84. He's thrown more changeups this year than last year, 10% of the time at 88 miles an hour. John Mayberry's a pull hitter. He's looking for something close to him to lift.
Facing Thornton for the first time. 93. Matt Thornton thought that was a strike, and evidently he was just told by Bruce Dreckman the ball was outside. Now 2-0. They were both away. But he's called a lot of outside strikes today, and that's 3-0. Four-pitch walk to the right-handed batter. Tying runs on. Mayberry, good speed. Granderson could be bunting.
Steve McCanny saw something from the dugout. He's going to go try to tighten up Matt Thornton right here. Maybe talk about what they want to do to Granderson, if he's going to bunt or not. Granderson's going to walk down and talk to Tim Tuffle to make sure he got the signal straight. Flying open, arms late, release point not on time, trying to let him know what he's seeing.
That got Aaron Barrett up in a hurry for Lagares, who's next, and then the left-hander Duda after that. Aaron, fantastic here last night with a strikeout, got 2 outs, 13 pitches, 8 strikes.
Throw over once to see if he's squaring.
Ball 5.
I understand the thinking by Terry Collins. You don't want to give up an out. If a guy's not throwing strikes, give him a free out.
Granderson a tapper. Thornton can't get it. Espinosa's there. Close but out at first. And it's a good thing Matt Thornton didn't deflect that ball off to either side.
Might have been a little contact between Danny Espinosa and John Mayberry Jr. on this. So it works out like a bunt for the Mets. Good play by Espinosa. Bang, bang at first base. Knew the speed of the runner. Got rid of it quick. Nicely done. And first base open. And the guy with a couple of hits up in the batter's box. Lefty Lucas Duda on deck.
Lagares singled up the middle against Thornton here Friday night. Matt falling behind 3 hitters.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm surprised after 5 balls that Curtis Granderson swung right there. That was ball 6. It was down. It wasn't a strike. But it worked out nice for the Mets.
Matt having a hard time getting over the top of it here. And he goes with the slider, and that doesn't work.
Well, I know Jose Lobatone's thinking right there that, you know, the release point on the fastball is late, so he's trying to get him out front with the off speed and throw anything but a fastball. Now he's got to come to Lagares, and we'll see if he has the green light.
Way foul. That'll fill the count.
Well, they're pitching careful. They have a base and a lefty on deck, even though it's Lucas Duda. But I like the last 2 pitches, and I really like the whole sequence. The changeup, slider. If he wants to force the issue, force the issue. You got a base here, and now they're trying to jam him, which is where you pitch Lagares, hard in. I think you'll see another one right here in a 3-2 count. If it's a strike, it's a strike. If it's a ball, go after Duda.
2 on. Via the walk, 1 out. Lucas Duda also had a base hit against Thornton up the middle on Friday night, and he's 2 for 3 career with 2 singles against the Nats left-hander. Duda 0 for 3 today and 4 for 14 in the series.
He hit a bullet up the middle off Thornton, I think, in game 2 of this series. And we told you his numbers against lefties. 423 against lefties this season. 11 for 26. Looking for a ground ball.
Duda has hit into 2 double plays. And that ball's going to move both runners ahead and take away the double play.
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate the two guys advanced, but now if you're Matt Williams, it's decision time. Do you put Lucas Duda on and bring in Aaron Barrett to face Michael Kadire in a 1-0 game? I mean, it's 0-1 count. They didn't call that a strike? I thought for sure he went on that.
Yeah, I thought there was a possibility of a swing. And then the other side of that coin is if they pitch to Duda and get him, they can walk Kadire and take on Murphy. A lot of possibilities here.
It's strike. It's 0-1 count. I think you do the same thing you just did to Juan Lagares. You be real careful right here. Make him hit your pitch. And rely on Jose Lobaton to block anything in the dirt.
Infield in. That's on the outside edge with 84. Strike two.
Fastball ends wide open. They've had success jamming Duda in the series. You get a guy leaning out for 3 sliders away. You can stand him right up and jam him with a fastball in if you like here, or you hope he chases another slider away. But you don't necessarily have to throw a strike.
Got him down and away with 85. Now we'll see what they do with Kadire. Looks like it'll be Barrett.
4 sliders to Lucas Duda, and they finally got him on the 4th one. Look at this, all sliders down away. And I think Duda might have been thinking along the same lines. If you watch his hips and his front shoulder, he might have been cheating to get to that fastball in, thinking there's no way they're going to throw me 4 sliders in a row. They did. It worked. Nicely done, Matt Thornton.
So Thornton, 2 walks, but a huge strikeout. Barrett and Kadire coming up.
When you get to the 4th game of a 4-game set, your guess on pitches is based on how a team has pitched you throughout the series. They've pounded Lucas Duda in and had some success in there. And even though they threw him 3 sliders before this, you could tell by Duda's hips flying open, his front side flying open, that he was looking for the fastball in. That's where they've had success against him. And he thought, there's no way they're throwing me another slider. So what's happened in the first 3 games plus is why Lucas Duda was looking for that heater in right there. Nice call by Lobaton. Nice execution by Thornton.
Aaron Barrett and Michael Kadire, who's 0 for 1 career against him. And the slider for a strike.
Fastball 95, slider mid-80s.
He's gotten 4 outs in this series. made a strong bid for 8th inning work last night. On a pitch away, Kadire a tapper on 94, strike 2.
Do you have confidence to bounce a slider right here in your catcher? Because
I'm just thinking that FP, you get to 2 strikes, you know how he can kill it in the dirt.
Kadire, he's thinking, grinding. What's he going to throw me? Is he going to throw the slider? I got to be on the 95 and react to the slider. That's what you usually tell yourself in these situations as a hitter.
Well, Lobaton will know what's coming. If it's a slider, he's got to be in full block mode here. And the 1-2, it is the slider, and he bats it straight down. Oh, that was a swing. Kadire can't believe it. Punched out by Bruce Dreckman, and the 8th inning is over. Good news in this series, not reviewable.
Well, they had him set up for it. You knew the slider was coming. Lobaton called it. He said, I'm going to block it. Barrett threw it. And I don't know if Kadire went, but the Nats will take it huge out.
Gets this ball game to the top of the 9th with the Nationals still holding on to that lead. So strong 8th inning outings in this series by the Bear. The Nats will have their guys due up, and let's look at a game changer first.
Yeah, T-Mobile game changer, and you see Matt Thornton call him out. What do you want to throw here? Let's go with the 4th slider in a row to Lucas Duda. He's looking for the fastball in, and after throwing fastballs into Michael Kadire, they go slider away. Great execution, great block by Jose Lobaton with the tie-in run on third base. And everybody in the third base dugout fired up.
Juris Familia, Mets closer. He got a 5-out save here on Friday when he came in with 1 out in the 8th inning, a man aboard. And first pitch swinging, Escobar out to short. Ruben Tejada throws him out. Escobar 0 for 3 career against Familia.
His slider is as nasty as it gets. He's got a fastball in the mid to upper 90s. And he was impressive here in Matt Harvey's win in game 2 with a 5-out save.
John Mayberry Jr. on a double switch takes over in left field after batting in the number 9 spot. So Kadire's out. Jason Worth 1 for 4 against Familia. Bouncing ball to second base in this matchup on Friday. Andrew Storen getting ready. It would be his 3rd appearance in the series, but in the first 2, he's only thrown 17 pitches. Worth to short. To Hopper. Tejada. 2 down. Mets, by the way, will have 5, 6, 7 due up, bottom 9. And Bryce Harper steps in. 0 for 4 career against his right-hander with 4 strikeouts. Let it rip, Bryce. If you get one anywhere near the heart of the plate. He was ripping, that one tailing away a bit at 96. A flare to right off the bat of Ryan Zimmerman. The difference in this game. Then he hit one to the wall and had a home run taken away. 97 on the inner edge.
A lot of goose eggs.
Nasty on the slider. Familia, a 1-2-3 ninth. Gets his teammates back into the dugout in a hurry. Drew Storen against Murphy, Plawecki, and Tejada. The loneliest guys on the ball club for the first 4 games of this series. No opportunities to save much of anything as the Nats were behind and losing. And now he's become a very important part of this trip. About to be his 3rd appearance in this weekend series.
And it's all about strike one. It's all about leadoff hitter out here for Drew Storen in a 1-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the 9th. He was good last night. All of his pitches for strikes. And we talked about it last night, and we'll see if it changes today. In 1-run games, Drew Storen throws a lot of first pitch off speed. Early in his career, he's burned by first pitch fastballs flying out of the yard in 1-run save opportunities. So we saw it a lot last year. We saw it last night. First pitch changeups, first pitch sliders, stealing strike one to keep him off that ambush tater.
Daniel Murphy is 2 for 10 career against Drew Storen.
Only thing is, 4th game of the series. They faced him last night. They might sit on it today. We'll see.
And these outfielders are really playing deep.
No doubles. Nothing over your head.
Storen goes first pitch changeup. Murphy 0 for 3 today, 3 for 15 this weekend. Murphy pulls it on a 2-0 pitch. One hop to Zimmerman.
Oh, nice job of getting back in the strike zone. Ryan Zimmerman, good play. Big first out here in the bottom of the ninth. And Matt Williams grinding. Everybody at home, same thing. The stress level in these 1-0 games, I'll tell you what, they should be sponsored by Just for Men. I mean, gray hair's popping out everywhere.
Drew Storen struck out the rookie catcher Kevin Plawecki Friday night here. Actually Thursday night in the first game of the series. He had a double off the left field wall last time up. There's that good looking slider for strike one. Phillies have beaten the Marlins. The Nats ahead of the Mets. 2 outs to go. Jams it with a running 94. Kirk Neuenhuis for Ruben Tejada, the shortstop, in the number 7 spot. And Storen throws the front door slider up and in. Jammed him on a fastball up and in. It's on the infield. Escobar made the early call. 2 down. It'll be up to Neuenhuis, who's 0 for 4 career against Drew Storen. And he starts him off like he did Murphy. First pitch changeup away. Two changeups.
Well, now you got to come to him, but if you do make it be away, make him go the other way. Full side power for Neuenhuis, like most hitters.
Wow, 93 with serious sink.
I thought that was a changeup, so I looked up and saw 93 with the movement on that. Bottom dropped out of that fastball for Drew. This is 93, folks. Look at the movement.
I thought the same thing, FP.
Split action.
And he throws him the slider in on the hands. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, the contact man, Dilson Herrera. The Mets have no other left-handed bats on their bench. And a 3-2 to Neuenhuis with the game on the line. He pops him up. Ian Desmond. The Nats back-to-back 1-0 shutouts of the Mets.
And the last time this franchise has had back-to-back shutouts on the road, 2003. So the Nats crush the Mets in a laugher here, 1-0.
Mets shutout back-to-back for the first time in 5 years. And how about this pitching staff and the defense? The bullpen, a little bend. It never broke, even with a couple of walks in the 8th inning. And the Nationals come to New York and make a statement about the National League East.
Well, Doug Fister was fantastic today. He did what he had to do. The offense scuffled a little bit, but got a run across where they had to. And folks, we're coming home. White unis, Nats Park tomorrow night, and we can't wait. It's been a long trip. It turned out to be a good trip as the Nats ended 5-5 after starting out 0-4. How about that?
The Nationals take the series 3 games out of 4. They're 12-14. They've won 5 of their last 6, and serious momentum returning to Nationals Park. Join us tomorrow on Masson if you can't be at the ball yard. The Marlins are in. Jordan Zimmerman. Nats Extra at 6:30. This has been a presentation to Maston. Byron and Ray next from New York. See you later.